What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you folks are doing well. I know it's been a minute since I uploaded a video. My last upload, I believe, was a month ago. It's just a lot been going on personally and business wise, but that still doesn't mean I should put content creation behind. It has helped generate business, but I'm gonna get back into it. So starting very soon, well, actually this week I'm gonna start doing 2 uploads every Tuesday and Friday, so be on the lookout for that. If you're new to the channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button for future content. So today's video, I'm gonna give you guys one of my best tips on how to become an investor and then start building your investment portfolio, or just how to start bringing extra cash flow, as what we call in the real estate world. Now, there are many ways you could do this in real estate. You have raw land, single family homes, small multifamily homes, large multifamily homes, commercial mobile homes, land, and just notes, and just so much options. You could do so much as far as a niche on how to build your real estate portfolio. And today, one of them I want to touch on is house hacking. Now, I'm surprised when I mentioned those words, house hacking. A lot of people don't know what it means, or never heard of it, or heard of it but doesn't really understand how it works. So in today's video, I'm going to give you guys 2 concepts on how you could use house hacking in order for it to help you build passive income, as well as have a portfolio, start building your portfolio little by little. Now, most people think when you buy an investment property, you don't have to live in it, and you have to put about 20 to 30% down, depending if it's a single family home, condo, or a multi-family home, such as a duplex, triplex, or quadplex. But believe it or not, you could actually still buy a primary residence as low as 5 to 6% with a FHA loan, in today's market, and 10 to 15% with a conventional loan as well. Typically, when you're buying an investment property without that particular property being your primary residence, you have to put more down because you're not living there. And in today's market, it's about 25% you will have to put down. But what if I tell you there's a way you could do it with 5 to 6% for an FHA loan, or 10 to 15 with a conventional loan, while doing house hacking? So in today's video, I'm going to use an example of a single family home, a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and a duplex, 2 side units, doesn't matter, let's say 1-1, 2-1, however you want to do it. So a single family home. So how does it work with a 3-2? So let's say you qualify conventional, FHA, whatever, and that's going to be your primary residence now. So let's say if you go FHA route, you put in 5% down is what you get with your lender. So what that means, now you buy the home, it's your primary residence, you put in 5% down on a $500,000 home, let's just say. Let's call it about $3,500. That's what you put down. You go through the process, let's say your closing cost is another $20,000. So in total you spend $25,000 for your first time home of a $500,000, 3-2. Now here's what you could do now in order to this process to work as far as house hacking. You could actually live in one room. So remember, it's 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. So you could live in the master bedroom, let's just say. That's your room. And then the other 2 rooms you could rent out. And now let's say, for example, your mortgage at this point is $2,000. Just spitball that number. And rental rates in your area are going for, let's say, $1,000 for 1-1. Let's just call it 1-1, and our rooms are going for $800. You could actually do the same thing and rent out those other 2 rooms, or you could actually live in the living room and rent out the master and the other 2 rooms. So let's say you rent them all out for $800 a month. So now you're looking at $2,400 a month, and your mortgage, insurance, taxes, if there's no FHA, if there's no association, that's pretty much covering your whole bills right there. So their mortgage payment and all that's covered within the $2,400. That's $2,000. So now you left with $400 a month. You could do that for the next, let's say, 2 to 3 years, and then from that point you could sell the property if you want, or with the extra cash flow you're making, which is $400 a month, with that extra cash flow plus money you're saving for not having to pay $2,000 a month, you can now use that money to invest in another property. Now, being that that is your primary residence at this point, this is when you will have to put about 20% down, 20 to 30 depending on the unit for your next one, because this is more going to be an investment property. And then you could do the same thing, buy a single family home. This time you don't have to live in it because you already live in one, and then from there you go rent out the other 2 to 3 bedrooms and just rinse and repeat that process over and over and over and over again. Now let's look at a multifamily unit. Now I know some of you guys already know this multifamily unit. You could live in one side and then rent out the other side. I don't really got to explain too much. Like, that's pretty the purpose of what most people want to do when they always reach out to me. I'm looking for investment property, but 9 out of 10 times they don't think to live in it. They just want to buy to invest. And like I said, in today's current market right now, you're looking at about 25 to 30% right now as far as the down payment when it comes to investment property. So yes, you could still do the same process if it's a single family home. Remember, multifamily, small ones allow FHA from 5 to 6%, which is usually duplex, triplex, and quadplex. Anything over 5 units and more, that's when it's considered to be commercial. When it comes to commercial, that's when numbers are a bit different. But at the end of the day, you could still use that same process if it was a single family home versus being a condo, something like that, because condos have a lot of rules and restrictions. Even villas and townhomes, when associations, I notice here in South Florida, most of the luxury condos or villas and townhouses, they don't have rental restrictions because it's luxury. You're spending up to close to, let's say, $1 million. So hopefully if I'm spending $1 million, I don't have any restriction on what I'll do with my property. And association, because there's one in Fort Lauderdale I did, and it was a townhouse, but no association, no rental restrictions. A lot of people surprised when I did that open house about a month ago. So there are other ways around it, but like I said, you could also qualify for a duplex, triplex, or quadplex multifamily building and do the same thing. You live in one side, you rent out the other side. Or you could do the similar thing with the single family home. You could live in one room, rent out the other 2 rooms, and rent out the other units of the property just to produce extra cash flow. Now there is ways to go about what is the best way to break down the numbers and all that. So I do recommend you guys YouTubing Bigger Pocket Podcast. I study a lot from these guys. Also, I do recommend this book if you want to know how to invest in real estate. I highly recommend it. Bigger Pockets. They have a podcast, they have a YouTube channel. Check this book out. They also have another one that I have. It's called How to Manage Rental Properties. I recommend you guys checking out both of these. You won't be disappointed. This book gives you enough information for people who have actually done it and real stories. It's not just these guys who just wrote a book. They are big investors. They are the #1 go-to real estate. So anything investment, like if looking for investment property in South Florida, come to me, because I do understand and I have investors as well. But if you want to further your knowledge on how to break numbers down as far as what your ROI, your net, how much you gotta spend, what should you put aside when it comes to owning a property and doing house hacking or just investment in general, like these guys will recommend. They have it for simple, moderate, and advanced investors as well. So hope this video helps you guys out. Remember, house hacking, I feel, is the best way to go. It's the safest way, especially for people who don't have money but want to start building their real estate portfolio. And especially if you're young and you don't have a family, I recommend get on it as soon as you can. It's a little difficult when you have a family. If I was to tell my fiance, for example, hey, let's do this, she's gonna look at me like, no, you're crazy. Like, we get in our house, we're not moving. And I could completely understand why. To each his own at the end of the day. But stay tuned for more video. My next video, guys, is going to be, and I was supposed to do this a month ago, I put it on social media, but like I said, just a lot's been going on. I'm going to give you guys my top 10 videos, regardless if you're a real estate agent or you're looking to build a business. I'm going to help you guys out with sales wise and self-development wise, because far too many people focus on sales and not so much about the self, and that's me. I focus more on myself more than the sales. But stay tuned for that video. That's going to be out this Friday, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.